Can Heroic on the other side play up to the level today and find an upset victory into playoffs? This is the final game of the group stage here at IEM Chengdu.
Yeah, with everything to play for, you want to bring your A game from round one, and a pistol underway. You already have G2 fanning out with a triple mid lean early. They dismantle that and go into a more standard 2-2-1. But they're going to be ready for this A hit regardless. Heroic looking to move up through main. As Hunter and NertZ lie in wait. Swing out from NertZ. It's just the one and done. Hunter trying to hold the line here as he darts out through the smoke. Will get found and will get dealt with. Heroic have found themselves with a bomb plant.
Ooh, through the smoke as well. kyxsan getting some good control in this post plant on the fade. m0NESY got to be careful. Two players here. Can he snipe one out? Yes, he can, but kyxsan gets aggressive, hunting down this kill. Nico just trying to buy time for HooXi to move in. kyxsan's dodging death for a moment. Oh, the last bullet doesn't connect and he turns. Nico just swings. That's G2 with a pistol. I'm loving this new smoke we're seeing. The molly in front of the smoke is becoming such a problem that CTs are even throwing, Ts are even throwing a smoke for CT that lands behind the default box right here for Hunter, meaning he has to swing out to take a fight. He dies after one, but one is enough from him and NertZ. And G2 clean up that pistol.
Yeah, me and you were talking before this. I really wanted Heroic to hit the B site in that pistol round, man. G2 as a team, they love a AA stack over in these pistol rounds. Very common start to their pistols.
At least seem like Heroic are aware, right? Not mollying the same position NertZ always plays on these pistol rounds, which is that big box. NertZ on these difficult solo sites. Whoa, buddy! Oh dear. Get owned.
HooXi's so bad. Why did he stand there and let Tessa's kill him? That is crazy.
Oh, that's gonna leave a bad taste in your mouth.
NertZ has hit a golden timing here.
Or has he?
No, he has. Come on.
He doesn't know they're there. Though,
yeah,
right?
but...
This could be very unlucky. Because even when he kills the bomb coming in, he'll die. He'll get traded. So this is just one, right? There it is. Bomb dropped. He's like, oh, they're coming in main now. Look, they're behind you. Pop out into the site. m0NESY with an ugly spray. It connects into the wall. And Hunter, they're already crossed, so not much he can do. Oh, even the nade. Nothing going right here for G2 in this round. Sometimes it works against you. Bomb planted, and Heroic find their force buy. Surely.
Yeah, G2 aren't going for this. This round just has like a bad omen. Just a bad vibe about it. It started with a jump shot. NertZ gets timinged in main. They miss the nade on the players crossing. m0NESY whiff spray. That's just too many signs that this one wasn't meant to be.
Check it. What? He fired one bullet. Oh, one bullet, Harry. Give it. Bop. And it's perfect. Right where the crosshair was. 100% accurate. What does he know that we don't?
Terrorists win.
Okay, NertZ getting allowed to start. NertZ is a requirement for this game. Gonna need him to step up against G2. He's had very important matches where he's gone completely silent, and that's not done Heroic any favors, but the peak of this player is undeniable.
Wow, timeout used very early. Almost shockingly
A D-tilter, maybe.
Yeah.
Guys, it's fine. Guys, it's fine.
Well, I think Taz had a very good job of like keeping a good read over these guys, keeping everyone in check. G2 are pretty liberal with their pauses.
Sure.
And clearly, out of all the ways it could have started, that is maybe the worst.
That is, yeah, definitely the worst, yeah. All right. Here we go. Two rifles. NertZ on an SMG. Heroic
Yeah,
with the... Yeah.
No, I was going to say, you know, also, when you're coming in to try and, like, force buy back like this around the saved guns, you want to have an idea. You want to have a game plan to enact on. You can't just default in this round. So they will kind of default in this round. A 2-1-2 to open up, but eventually starting to lean... Oh, I was going to say more players back over towards B, but that's not the case, actually. Nico's left here all alone, and everyone from Heroic is coming his way, so Nico has got to make a stand. Good for the first two. Late trade from NertZ, that at least gets Heroic in. But NertZ has got this bomb. There's a certain limit to how aggressive he can be, and realizing that will be his downfall. Going back in,
God.
He falls out of the round. G2 trying to cook something up here on this force buy.
kyxsan team killing him in the process. That will slow everything down, which buys time for kyxsan on the flank. kyxsan's been spotted. He's now cornered. Oh, and m0NESY just swings out with the clean shot this time. It's just nicoodoz. He made it up ramp, but how much further? m0NESY's got that cross. He spots him, and nicoodoz 1v3, feeling undoable here. And m0NESY just ends it. kyxsan's got... kyxsan's got something to say this time. That was ugly spacing for Heroic. It felt like one of those rounds where everyone is throwing nades, and so no one is entering. Look at, like, good kills from Nico, but they couldn't have been made easier by the delayed swings of Heroic. And m0NESY just playing his timing peaks, nailing them. We have Heroic rebuy, of course, and maybe a speedier round in middle attempted. They smoked the molly.
m0NESY re-aggro across in the middle, trying to keep them guessing, but he's got low ammo in this M4. Now no ammo in this M4. They're not able to pressure him yet, but that molly forces him to commit out wide. And Hunter can't hold the line. Tapped out back in red. Heroic want their revenge, and they want it now. This one's off to a rip-roaring start. Nico going to try take up ownership of middle, but this splits the defense 1-1 across the map for G2.
Great call for Heroic to just stop. Look at them on the minimap. They're in a line. They've got every single position covered. So if G2 try and make any info plays, they're going to find nothing but death. NertZ actually makes a step, but it's all a fake. And that's... Oh, Nex is in trouble here, because in the back of his mind, he thinks he's being flanked. How long does he hold this? Oh, Nico gets that info middle, but there's 3 players, or 2 here, rather. Nico can at least stop Shush from escaping.
Here's the thing, they're just kind of wasting time right now, right? Like, Nico's hanging around because he knows that this fight is too good of an opportunity to miss. You've got to play a trap. At the same time, he's now, like, not helping anywhere else, right? And so suddenly kyxsan left with a lot of responsibility. And I like that Nico actually just kind of draws the line in the sand there. He up and leaves. He decides, all right, look, I can waste all the time in the world, anchor down on this one fight in middle, or I can go and help out. And he will get here in time to lend a helping hand to kyxsan. It will end up needing it. 2 kills from the captain. Nico overran. And so that's the plant secure with a hat-trick from NertZ. It's all left on NertZ.
That hurts for Nico. 1 bullet would have made this round a reality. It still can be. NertZ, instant kill. NertZ is low. Gets time to reposition, playing for the swing, playing for the kill, playing for the round, and he takes it by force. 4 kills from NertZ. The scream sent back, and Heroic pick up that anti-eco or anti-force by round. I say anti, actually. They'd lost the previous one. They were.
It's forced by wars, man.
Yeah, everyone's buying right now, except G2. Surely they call it off. I say that, you already see them punching up, risking it all.
You're going to keep doing this till someone takes that 2 in a row, especially with it coming down to a 1v1, right? Like, you want to try and capitalize on their weak money, and hell, everyone that's forcing has won so far.
This is just the weakest one yet for G2 now, so it's not ideal. Great shots from NertZ. Ooh. Blanket of fire. Shush taking A main. And we have a heavy setup on A. Just Nico's Deegs. Ooh. Late mid take is perfect against the limitations that G2 have in this round. Running dry on util now, just this molly on Monacy. And Hiroki going for a B group anyway. Nico, D could go a long way here.
40 seconds left. It looked like they were going to give NertZ a bit of room to go and explore, but he will just rejoin the rest of the pack. And so, yeah, they are going to follow through on this B play. Second volley of util coming out now, and Nico's got to deliver with this Deeg, or else it's a done deal. One connects. Any more from Nico would be so valuable to G2 with the rest of the squad far and away. It's left a chance, and smoke spam for Shush. Shush is kind of scary on this B site when it comes to smoke spamming. Just thinking back to that game yesterday versus
the
Fury.
Warbangs.
Yeah. So this one's written off. The force buy for G2 doesn't pan out, but if they're able to keep players alive, they essentially get another go at it in the next. Without that same option to reset, that's the only annoying part.
Someone needs to help him here. They have to exit. Oh, it's a mess. There's a double kill here. Hunter, take it. Well, you got it. The nade will certainly help. Okay, they just jump him down. And they will be fine and dandy here. Maybe not Shush. Oh, just about. Can he keep this up all game, do you think? It's every round. They've finally broken the money, though. There is a reason to cheer for Heroic, because G2 save a bit of this, a bit of that, bit of nothing. And Heroic now control the game on this T side of their map pick.
Yeah, something that's really, you know, at least getting me excited in the early game here is that NertZ is looking both confident and like he's got the aim to back it up, right? He's coming to this looking pretty warm as NertZ, and I think there are a few players that Heroic's success is kind of bound to.
Yeah.
I look at TeSeS and Shush as like pillars of consistency. And so outside of that, right, your X-Factor players is very much NertZ, kind of goes without saying. And I also think nicoodoz, who's a bit, you know, hot and cold at times.
Definitely the streakiest.
Yeah, if you get one of those two having a good game around your consistent pieces, Heroic get real deadly real quickly. And so with NertZ giving us the goods to open this one up, that bodes well for Heroic. Let's see if he can keep that up across the series.
It does feel like the ceiling is high for this team, right? And they have a couple of legit wins in their pocket as a new roster, but still yet to make a real run in a tournament. One over G2 now would be pretty perfect. Look at this play. kyxsan's crept in. He's telling his team to get grouped. He's not going for it. He wants everything. He wants the glory as he knifes Monacy and finds Nico on long. There's still a cave player, but it's only a 5-7. What could go wrong as Nexa drops that bomb, arms up, armored up, and has 30 seconds to make this round weird. That's ugly. Needed that kill, and so it will fall the way of Heroic. 4-2. Nice play for kyxsan, getting behind G2 and making the money while he does.
I mean, NertZ might be the guy left to his own devices and lurks a lot, but kyxsan is not immune to finding little timings himself. He does like this.
Cheeky.
Even with how that knife kill came out gaps that physically didn't exist, he just found a route up through the ramp, but it looks like he came from the red room, so they're left very confused at the end of that round.
Oh, they missed it.
Attempt at the Brola Molly there.
They landed it earlier, so we'll give them that. G2 wanting to fight down the ramp again. They're walking down. That smoke should make it very clear. Nice molly in, but they're already ahead of it. It gives TeSeS warning. He's looking nowhere. Nico will catch that kill.
Yeah, I guess, you know, to leap to TeSeS' defense, because I'm like his lawyer or something, they don't have mid-control, right? So could be paranoid that with that smoke coming down from the door, he's going to get swung on from both. He's trying to tuck in and obscure himself from ramp. But yeah, you know, you're dead on. He should have had forewarning to be looking there. It's just he didn't really feel safe at any angle on that B push. So a little awkward as he arrives a second late. Util up and over now into this A site for Heroic. And so once more, it's this hold of Hunter and Nexa left to withstand it.
Oh, this smoke didn't land perfectly though. He can still fight over right side. NertZ repositions, jumps up on the break, and he'll go down after one. Hunter can hide out. He doesn't need to commit to this, but he drops the AWP. A nice frag to put this in easy position for G2 to close, and Hunter just takes every single fight. Gets the MAC-10. It is no problem. G2 back on the board. Gonna have a lot of traded rounds in this series, it feels like. While teams feel each other out. Hunter's a big guy to look out for in this game because he has been, sure, Nico has been all the talk of the town in terms of underwhelming in CS2, but Hunter is right by his side in that vein. The big game player, and we have no time to wait until this stage. Even when we do, he hasn't been there, so needs to step up in this matchup alongside Nico. NertZ, that'll do nicely. Double spam on the smoke push.
Gets into an awkward spot now with the bomb, very far removed. Right, Shush all the way down over towards elbow, left here alone. And he's terrified that even if he peels away for a moment, G2 could come pushing in. He will have to leave eventually, but likely just going to hold till that smoke fades before he gets moving. And so G2 going to a retake setup over here at B.
Yeah, aside from that one whiff, this is a great angle for Nico. And he's got HkyXsan taking his first contact, so for the most part, this should be G2 at least thinning the herd on the push. There are two smokes if Heroic wanted to run some sort of execute.
I mean, that's the thing. G2 are giving them the room to get into the site, right, and actually plant the bomb if the smokes come down. They're set up to retake here and just play the 5v3 out. It's if Heroic decide to go contact in this moment that Nico is suddenly given an open runway to try and end the round. And HkyXsan playing this kind of bait and switch with him.
Perfect.
Gonna be able to swing out after contact is taken. And they will combine to knock all of Heroic out of the round.
Ooh. Nico is a passion. That's what I want to hear, Harry.
Yeah, give me some of that sauce.
Yeah, go on, light it up. And I mean, like you were saying, Heroic don't execute their contact there. They don't want G2 with forewarning or early rotates. Also, they want to catch, G2 player in the site, in the cubby, on default. On a timing, who's looking cave, looking back. But no, G2 are fully stacked. They're playing passive angles. HkyXsan setting up for Nico. And they combine very well, though, with three players. So could not have gone worse for Heroic, who are now on a full eco. And just chatting it through, looking at their notes. Bit of revision before the exam. At least Heroic have done their prep. Like I said, they've already lost this game twice over at Katowice to G2. And their opening and closing game of the tournament. But Ancient was not a part of that match.
To revisit what you were saying earlier on the Hunter line of inquiry, right? I think one of the reasons why Nico draws a lot more attention in that conversation is because he is, was the kind of best rifler towards the end of Go. He was the guy with the highest ceiling out of the two of them. But I think it's rightfully deserved that some of that criticism is now shifting on a Hunter as well, because there's no doubt that you haven't seen, at least with Nico, sure, it's infrequent, but you've seen glimmers of, he's still in there somewhere. You just got to get through all the rust first, But I feel like Hunter's had some pretty consistently weak performances.
Shows the bomb.
All the way through the donut. It's just the Glock, so it shouldn't get exciting, and NertZ makes quick work of it with a bit of help from Hunter. The lead now taken by this G2 squad.
G2 are very good on anti-ecos, proper anti-ecos. Don't let those rounds get out of control often. You laughed at that.
Yeah, no, just because it's
why I'm wrong.
Yeah, they don't often lose to Glocks. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing. There are teams that are...
Sure, Furia, and then the list really ends there,
Liquid, maybe? Yeah, sure. I shouldn't be celebrating them for that.
Oh. Also, we were saying nicoodoz, sometimes a bit streaky.
Yeah.
0-9 to open up the map.
Ooh, lost streak. Minus 25. 9 times over. Let's see if he can get back in. No AWP. No problem. This guy's a solid rifle.
I actually read a take that he's a rifler laughing as an AWP.
Yeah. It's a good one. I mean, he's had great games as AWP, but like he's also... Oh my god, these mollies. Like sometimes he's one of those players who you'll see put down the AWP, pick up an AK and like quad entry, and you're like, well, just do that. Let's see though, because G2 have put a lot of pressure on this round. The spam, the nades, they've kept Heroic humble outside of the B site. Falling back to a passive setup, NertZ in middle, but he won't get anything here with m0NESY on the cross. It's nice and comfortable for G2. They can afford to play 3B. nicoodoz is floating, but River leads him back to the B site. Downstream, kyxsan drops his smoke on a jiggle. Rogue trying to rogue their way with a bit of damage, force out the nades from this B bomb site, but still a smoke remains. Inside, Fortessa has got to be careful. This is a dead, easy double kyxsan, putting them in boxes, and there's the help from NertZ. Nicely done for G2. Oh, they are slaughtering them. Any more? NertZ, oh, he does fall to kyxsan, but there's a third man there. And a confident G2 right now, picking up steam with 4 rounds in a row.
And NertZ topping the charts. You know, I think you want to talk some positives for G2 in terms of their riflers. The uptick in form that we've had out of NertZ since he moved into this squad has been very notable. I think he's one of the key reasons why G2 have actually been able to keep themselves competitive. You know, there's another huge one in there, obviously, that goes without saying, and that's m0NESY. But, fast B play here. So this B site's going to get tested with kyxsan dead after 1.
Spam.
Nico won't be able to stop that plant. Instead, focuses his attention down the ramp. And in comes Hunter, cleanly done.
Ouch.
Can't quite finish kyxsan, who's got another chance at a clutch here.
Oh,
Another
careful.
dink down range. NertZ can't get ahead of himself.
Full nades.
He will need help from m0NESY. Smoke on the bomb. And NertZ is just sticking it. Full faith in m0NESY. m0NESY won't miss this shot.
No.
And as kyxsan tries to come through, it's denied. So well handled on a round that could have very quickly got out of control there. Those are the ones that can be really tricky to contain and deal with, right? Heroic kind of playing like they have nothing to lose. They're only on Tech 9s. So they're real confident. They're in your face. And the G2's credit, they do a solid job of only letting that first player get through. Everyone else, the entire round, was just trapped at ramp.
Yeah, Hunter's hitting heads right now. Had a big 3K on A. Comes in with 2 more here. It's been part of these triple B setups sometimes, as has NertZ. It's a, you know, numerous B players here. The Heroic can't seem to break through. They're getting kyxsan logged back in and locked in.
He's just composing a fire tweet, actually, I heard.
Yeah? What about?
I don't know. He's going to retweet the jump shot quickly. And caption it like just kyxsan things or something like that. 10K likes.
You do manage his social media, so it's a good idea.
Actually, I don't want to take credit for that. Let me see. How often does he even tweet? Who cares?
Who cares? That's the answer.
Yeah.
7-4. And G2, this is a good game. It's a good game from G2. Heroic can't get a handle on it. They won the early game with those economy rounds, winning their force buy, winning another force buy, putting G2 on pistols, and ever since G2 have had the big guns, Harry, they've come through with a streak of 5. So looking to make it 8-4 at the half. nicoodoz will go a T-side without an orb.
Yeah, it's kind of sick, honestly, for G2 that they're in this position without m0NESY really doing anything thus far, right? Like, he was involved in locking out that attempt at the kyxsan clutch. He's had a couple of kills over towards middle, but it's not like one of these games where we're sitting here going, oh, thank God m0NESY's here for G2, or else they would be done. You know, like, this is a team effort right now. And so a good time to get mileage out of NertZ, Nico, and Hunter. I think in a way, Heroic are quite lucky that m0NESY's AWP hasn't been hyper involved as well, what with nicoodoz being so quiet.
Yeah, finally got his first kill.
Yeah, that was in the little Tech-9 rush, I think. No, it wasn't. When was it?
It was. You were
it
correct.
Was?
Believe in yourself.
Should have just believed.
Killed Nico.
Nico v Nico. All right, kyxsan's back in. There's the headline. Good news. As the G2 captain takes to the server again. What does kyxsan look like he's playing? He's like really focused in that moment.
Football manager.
Yeah. Just tapped out. He's taking
every bit.
He's taken Dortmund to the Premier Leagues. And here we are, a little timeout called in for Heroic on the back of that tech pause.
Yeah,
they need to try and come up with solutions here. Final round of the half coming up, and it has been a long time since Heroic last posted around.
Timeout's a requirement. It doesn't scream that Heroic is stressed. It just screams that they want to make the most of this last round. And even though they probably wouldn't have called it without the tech, that little break in communication, they want to get back on it. They want to make sure they're strapped in. And 5 rounds on the T side would be decent. They'd be solid for Heroic. So can they put it together? Again, AWPless. But that's really by choice. They've had chances. Even this round, they could have got it. So I want to see maybe a late mid take again for Heroic. G2 are harassing a lot on B lane with their Molotovs, doing great work there. G2 think it's a mid take. They start 3 strong. m0NESY supporting flashes. There's that Brolan Molly. It will sort of land, but kyxsan's already through it. Very aggressive in cave. There's NertZ popping through the mid smoke that goes a little deep. And NertZ loses his head. Good timing on kyxsan's smoke, but TeSeS will not be fearful of him. He knows he has him trapped. And takes the kill as well. Heroic cooking with gas now. 5 on 3. Just got a group. Let NertZ lurk.
Oh, dead though. Up in red. Finished off by Hunter. Good diversion of G2 to go and clear out the mid-man. But a missed shot from m0NESY, and he can't recover on the Deagle.
Oh, ooh.
But he burns alive.
Nice.
And with Nico dead over towards B, Heroic. That pause might have been worth it after all. They're staring at 5. And it's only m0NESY that stands in their way, wounded and hurting. Bomb plant coming in. There's no hope for G2 here. m0NESY a dead man as he moves up the long side. First shot might connect.
No chance.
But he still has so much more to do, and Heroic, well and truly set up in these post plants. You've got a trade available from kyxsan. m0NESY might seem aware of TeSeS, but that shot sails past, and Heroic's pause is worthwhile as they pick up one more round to close out their T side.
Hey Future Pros! Knowing some B smokes on Ancient can lead to success, so let's look at the classic short smoke. To throw this, stand in the doorway in the middle of this section. Aim at the tip of this leaf. Then throw the smoke. Pretty easy to be honest. From the same spot, you can also molly the pillar by aiming at the gap between the plant and the wall. A very easy but effective combo.
G2 gunning for the playoff spot, the last playoff spot available here at IEM Chengdu in Group A. They fight Heroic. They already beat twice back at Kado and look to make that a third. A hat trick here on Ancient. It is Heroic's map pick after all, but G2 lead the way by 2 rounds. It's a close game. It's not really the Monacy show though, as you were saying. We're getting kind of everyone else. It's a nice look from G2.
One of the most standard openings for Heroic is that they don't actually elect to have anyone over towards this A site, and G2 look to use that in their pistol. On the flip side, good bulk of G2's pistol rounds like to be a little bit of lane control, and so it seems like Heroic tried to play around that fact by jumping up fast down in middle. And as a result, they never meet G2 till the A site's already lost.
It's a really hard situation to win. kyxsan has the bare minimum smoke kit, but it rests on that first fight. And here's Monacy to come jumping around the corner. There's the util dropped, and the triple setup wins out for G2. There's a 4th man. Does respond. nicoodoz has to do so much more, though. Getting that kid off, they clear the top boost. The tap works. Hunter gets back into safety, and nicoodoz can smoke kit. Hunter forced to swing, and nicoodoz baits him out. He doesn't even go for the tap. Hunter just thinks that smoke is enough. Woo! Okay, everyone's flaming today. Everyone is flaming. And that's a great recovery round for nicoodoz, who doubles his kills in the pistol, wins a crucial 1v1. And Hunter falls for it, despite a pretty perfect game from Hunter. Oh, clean shots. You get why Hunter swings there. It was pre-tap. It is a mistake, but if nicoodoz taps, it's the king. He's inside of the smoke. It's a bit of luck. He tries to catch him moving towards the bomb.
No, I think if anything, it's just well played for nicoodoz. Someone whose confidence could have been put into question after that first half. He plays that clutch very, very well.
He's back.
But victory could be short-lived if G2 get straight back to work here. Force Buy comes in. They've got control over here at B, and they even managed to trade out Tesses back in the cave. With long control taken, this should be a really tricky retake. Smoke comes out for Heroic. That gives them kind of a little channel to work between up in a short. Nico tries to plug that hole, but ends up falling to other Nico. And now Hunter, 1v2. Where have I seen this before? And once again, nicoodoz is going to put a stop to him in that clutch.
You just feel like, Nico, it's so hard watching him play sometimes because he goes for these fights that any other player probably shouldn't go for, but you trust Nico, you trust his aim, you trust that he can win it, and then he doesn't. Like, he gets smoked out long. He can play it's an open bomb. He has a crossfire between him and Hunter. He knows they have to push short, and so with that logic, he just fights them. But when it doesn't work, it looks silly. And he leaves Hunter in an awkward spot who has to play aggressive because he doesn't have the gun for it. So you just wonder, if Nico played that smoke, if he stayed long, lets Hunter play first, that's probably G2's round, man. But he should win those fights, and that's why it's so hard to watch Nico right now sometimes. He spent years winning those fights. Okay, Heroic. They actually start a man up for a change. They deal with this A-rush. Shush gives it up. Oh. It's a weird smoke, but it might give him some room. It bounces strangely, and Modesty punishes. nicoodoz drops that bomb. He goes through the smoke, almost a second onto Nexa from NertZ. It's trades back and forth. Who is comfortable? The answer is no one in this round, and so Heroic will keep the discomfort, keep the pressure on.
Yeah, swinging out from spawn. They still don't know about kyxsan here. Nico's going to have to hit the flick, and it's a lot of damage, but not the killing blow.
They know he's in Temple. And they'll deal with him easily.
Let's go! Nice. Fucking botsman!
You need a new line, NertZ. You need a new line, but I do love the energy. It's been doing that since round 2. Keeping it up. G2. It's an awkward round to lose where Heroic just throw themselves at them pre-plant, during plant, and we never make it to post-plant. That was a 7-5 now recovery all the rounds for Heroic. Did G2 have a response? Oh, buying here? Oh my goodness. For real?
Yeah, they're still
damage is on,
they're
but
still trying to capitalize from that early damage in the second round, right? That's been what they've been chasing, that delayed gratification here, but for G2, it does mean they're coming into these first few rounds with not much to go off of.
They can chase the dragon, Harry, but they're going to keep drawing and losing blood. Round by round, relying on barely rifles. 3 Galils out mid with pace. NertZ allows it. It's going to fill red. That leaves Donut to A very open. HooXi, what a great play. He's heard NertZ's rotation. He's gone through his own smoke into Donut, but they're still committing B right now. Maybe overcommitting. Tesses, they want to trap him here. They want to finish him off. He somehow survives the cross. But HooXi the whole time has got to be calling, guys, I have space. And that he does. Inside a Donut on a near empty A site.
Could get caught right here, right now, as Shush has gone aggressive up through main. And they don't have this real estate, so Nexa had to be considering it. There's just too many variables there for Nexa. He's even paranoid about mid. HooXi's backstab. Well, it nets them that kill. They've got to go back and get the bomb. Luckily enough, Hunter's up for that task. And so if HooXi could have held the line, there might have been a path to redemption for G2 in this round.
Instead,
with him toppled, Hunter left in another unwinnable clutch.
They know. A shot, but close player. It's NertZ. No easy beast. What have you got to say about that one, NertZ? Cool and calm as he walks it over the line again. That's, yeah. Felt like a very delayed back to A for G2 after HooXi gets all that space. Felt like he had the read. There was a solo A player in that round, off of NertZ's info. But G2 just get hung up at B, and even the bomb rotates solo. It's just like a round where you're scratching your head when you lose. And G2, they buy again. Oh. It's like the best nade you could possibly throw. Oh my god. Heroic.
Good damage with the nade, sure, but they will still be tested here. It's
Nice.
a contact play from Nico out towards ramp,
There
and they
it
get
is.
both the kills from it. Tess says it's time to shine, and it's only the one and done. Heroic called the save immediately.
That's the Nico we know and love, Harry. That's what we want to see. Contact rifle up ramp with no util. Double entry. Back to business for G2. Not always reproducible, but when it happens, it saves G2 from this scary economical situation of just buying every round. Finally got something to work with.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a treat watching Nico go for those contact plays, right? You just can't run them every round. That's the shame of it.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, Nico. Come on, let's go. That's nice.
I had Galil will lose the round.
He's believing in himself.
He
And
just
he's
said,
right.
If I had Galil, I lose the round.
He's right. If he had a Galil, he would have lost the
That's why you
round.
give Nico the AK. Is there a question about that?
That's why, of course, they have put kyxsan on the Galil here.
You want kyxsan to be the worst player on this team. Let's not delude ourselves. He should be the worst player on this team. That's a good thing, to a degree.
You must be very happy right now, then, as he sits bottom of the board.
Well, the reason I say it is because
No,
he's not
you're
always
dead
the
on,
worst
you're
player
dead
on the
on.
team, and that's a problem. That means the stars are not aligning. Look at this, though. Fast execute. They've got everyone here. It's 10 players in a tiny little pocket, and no one can stop the bomb. G2 put it down in the midst of the madness. The artillery raining in. On top of the boost, kyxsan clears. Good spray control back. What's going on? 2v2. Everyone's fighting, and it's coming up in favor of G2. NertZ now needs a masterclass with no kit. Half ticked. He moves in.
Grab the kit off the body here. Swing from main, looking to come through for m0NESY. A couple of jiggles, waiting for kyxsan to take that contact. And now they hear NertZ. m0NESY's clean with it. And that little pep talk, that little fist bump from Nico after the last round does m0NESY a world of good.
Breaking.
He comes up big with a 3K. And with that, they break through Heroic. That is a wild round just across the board. You highlighted it, 10 players boxed into the site. Everyone spamming smokes, no one finding anything. And then suddenly all the kills happen in a second. You're not sure if you're winning or losing till the round is over.
NertZ is pissed, man. We've seen the energy he's brought in. He wants to take this team to the playoffs. He's got a hero rifle, sending it in main. But, oh, they line up. They were shooting shush. NertZ just flies into the stream of bullets. And G2 like that, they should have won the round. Even if there was a stack here, there was nothing to play with. And G2 won't jump it either, which I respect. Cycle that gun out. Guarantee this round. They don't know what they're walking into. G2 have restaked their claim on this map. Felt like Heroic had woken up. But is it just early halves for Heroic? G2 looked to long the game out. Shouldn't be a problem here.
This one's fine. Tess says gonna get chased down, and even though kyxsan's here, a dead man walking. That's G2 up in the lead. As they take a pretty clean round there to distance themselves from Heroic, who still aren't out of the woods in terms of their money. And it's a terrifying spot to be in this late in the game, being faced with these positions where losing a round feels like you're giving up the next one as well. And because of that little, hero venture on NertZ in the last, his money is in a rough spot here. So even how they purchase, let alone what they do with it, is up for discussion here for Heroic. A timeout called in. See, Taz does not have as much to say. He just wants G2 to keep cracking on with what they're doing. Doesn't feel that need to intervene right now.
Yeah, does NertZ have to pay for his investment. Seems like it. No one willing to front the cost. Nico having a solid game. He's had like 2 awkward rounds. Everything else has been really nice.
It was Nico who kind of kickstarted this whole 3-round streak that G2 are on when he contact walked up through the B ramp, right?
m0NESY 3K on that A hit in the 10-player A site fight. Closes that one too. He goes ahead of the smoke with the orb. Scared of a B push, and for good reason. Got a couple of CTs crawling their way down. That smoke is so wide in front of the door. Nico looks like he wants to play inside of it. Risky move. And Heroic won't overcommit. They see the flash coming, they bounce. Look how much space G2 have got. They are about to crunch this A site. Wait, no one's looking. Do they realize? Heroic, no eyes on this one. m0NESY just gets a free flick as Shush caught last second on the turn. They might not check boost, but NertZ is cleared from the backside. He was getting crunched, and kyxsan kills on a plate here. No steps made. He might walk in, but he still takes one more with him, and that's info. That's enough. That's a round for G2.
Yeah, even getting out with the 1 there is huge for kyxsan. If 3 players managed to save here with a 2900 coming in, you would have still had rifles out on everyone in the next round. Instead, it's a really awkward decision. Like, you can get 4 rifles here, but you're not going to have a lot of util to back that up.
Ooh.
And even then, it's far from guaranteed. G2 are trying to hunt this a little.
It's a good hunt for G2. They definitely should throw a player in here and have a look. A kill would make a difference. No doubts. And denied after 1. There's still a trade. And maybe you cut your losses there. But nonetheless, G2 make it expensive. And m0NESY might even drive that home. A tag. Oh, nicoodoz is lucky to live. But G2 are just happy to be here. 11 rounds to the 9. 4 rounds in a row. And they know they're not running into much here. It might have to be Heroic giving up map point and playing for OT.
G2 with their backs against the wall coming into this matchup. Out for redemption on Heroic's pick of Ancient. Hunter, insane routing out through mid, all the way up into heaven already. TeSeS plays ahead of this. On the left-hand side, he's going to cross out. And so he's dodged, like, all their attempts to pressure him back in cave. That's the gun removed as m0NESY finds nicoodoz. It's juggled forward onto kyxsan, sure. But at this point, G2 sat 5v4 up. Something would have to go really, really wrong for Heroic to find a way back in here.
This is terrifying. The flash absolutely wrecks TeSeS. It's a trade, but that feels like not enough at this point. kyxsan, they know, is the rifle on this B bomb site. G2 can make moves elsewhere. They're going to start to rotate that bomb around. Group m0NESY and kyxsan. As G2 hold for re-aggression, knowing that Heroic kind of have to make a play if they were ever going to win this round. That's with 2 smokes available, but as soon as that one fades, they'll be close in main, ready to go.
So there's a gamble here from Heroic, isn't there? As they start to move everyone away from B, they up and leave the site. And they just go join NertZ in defensive A, just in case G2 head this way.
Ooh, you can't really change anything, but Nico's cleared B completely. They know they're going into a stack at the bare minimum. That's something. Oh dear, 5-7 shoots through 1. m0NESY got a clear close. NertZ can win this round, but m0NESY pre-fires him, and kyxsan can't stop the inevitable bomb going into the site, just makes it back behind the boxes, and that was his chance. That was his one opportunity. Instead, Sunny for G2, 12 rounds. It's one more buy for Heroic to stomach. Oh, kyxsan could have won it there.
Yeah. As you say, you know, you don't get much of a chance. Also, what a round out of m0NESY here. Like, he was very aware of exactly what was required there. You said it, Nico cleared out all of B. They knew they were going into the stack, and it's very well handled from Monacy. So Heroic, can they keep this one alive? G2 just looking for the all-in A hit, and only NertZ resides there right now.
No one saved this A site in this CT side for Heroic. It's been a bit of a problem piece. And again, NertZ is alone in this position. I don't think the exec is coming in. G2 go for the second volley of util. This is the real deal. This is the knockout punch. NertZ uses his smoke, but the Molotov does expire on the CT one. Sjuush overwhelmed immediately, and NertZ, this game, this map will live and die on his fight. They are boxing him in with an open plant. G2, it feels like nothing can stop this 13th round from coming in.
This retake's really awkward. kyxsan was still hanging around at B, waiting to see if they're getting lurked on. They are not, and so he's a very, very late rotate to rejoin his team here. They wait for him before they commit to this 4v5 for the map.
See.
And so that's let a lot of time tick off this bomb. Random spam for kyxsan starts it well, but there's so little time left to work with. They get all the kills, but they've got to get on it, and NertZ can't swing out and put a stop to it. That's why Heroic waited. That's what they were waiting for. They don't lose a single player past Sjuush. And so they go into that 4v5 retake. Things look awkward. They get out with everyone left standing.
Wow, very well coordinated. Everyone knowing exactly what to clear. The random shot. It was one bullet. It was one bullet. It was barely aimed at that corner. Look. Was that even a misclick? It could have been.
kyxsan versus kyxsan has ended up being like an incredible head-to-head. He got the jumping tap.
Absolute joke of a 1v1, like those two kills. Oh, but Monacy. That's how you want to start a round if you're G2. And look, this time they don't wait. NertZ is taken up middle. And there is so much room on this A site for G2. kyxsan through the smoke. He will dive through. nicoodoz is behind on Heaven. Right now, they don't even know they've lost A. This smoke on Donut is about to make it pretty clear. kyxsan comes hunting. nicoodoz punishes. But again, we need another clutch retake round for Heroic. Oh,
This
dear.
is super deep already. And Monacy's moving into position as well, which only strengthens this spot from NertZ.
Stolen.
Not even needed. And so now as NertZ waits back in the donut, he's got nicoodoz alongside him. The spam does not connect, and with a CT plant, there should be absolutely no way back into this for Heroic. It's looking done. Caught out of position with the opener landed from Monacy in middle. And this is a very good-looking G2 that we're getting right now. Monacy top in the chart, sure, but Nico is right there behind him. And throughout the majority of this game, it was having to be Nico to find the rounds for G2. He keeps them in it long enough that the rest of them now get switched online. And as NertZ and nicoodoz fall, G2 steal away the Heroic pick of Ancient. Nuke waits up next, and G2, they can feel themselves moving closer and closer to those playoffs.
Yeah, this might be a hateful matchup for Heroic. This could be the third time in a row that G2 have won this game in a crucial match. And now that we go to Nuke, it's a safe one for G2. Let's see if they can finish off the series.